record of 4-2 after a bye week. Welcome to WLIT, We Lit TV. This is our third show coming up for SANDCRAB Talk. I'm ANGELINA CRUZ at the sports desk. And let's send you over to Jonathon Bunch, our guest host for today, with Coach Pat Brown.
All right, welcome everybody to another edition of SANDCRABS Talk. I'm John Munch with the Seabreeze Football Booster Club. I'll do my best to try and fill in for our usual host, Eric Dunn, who's out this week. So it's a good week to be here because Seabreeze is coming off a pretty convincing 48-0 victory over Halifax Academy this past Friday. So good week to be here, and as always, we've got our head football coach, Coach Pat Brown. Welcome, Coach.
Thanks. Glad to be back another week.
Yeah. So as I said, pretty dominant win on Friday, 48-0 over Halifax Academy. What did you see as the keys to success?
Just the guys believing in one another, making sure that they're going out. First quarter was a little bit edgy, just like a little bit of focus in that first quarter, but then after that, real dominant second quarter, scoring 28 points in that second quarter, seeing things click in all phases of the game with, opening up with first play in the second quarter with a punt return for a touchdown, then getting in there, 3 times with scores on the offense, just the offense getting things clicking and going. And then later on in the game, scoring on the defensive side as well. So, definitely was a team win, all phases, offense, defense, and special teams. So that's always good when all phases score. It's rare that happens. So that was definitely a good outing in that aspect.
Absolutely. Total team win. So did some research, Coach. Mm-hmm. Last week's 48-point margin of victory is the biggest that the program's had.
Okay.
Since 2013.
Okay.
It moves you guys to a record of 4-2.
Yep.
4 wins is also the most that the program's had since 2013. It kind of ties the 2017
right.
and 2014 team. So really good progress there. And then the last thing is this victory over Halifax gives you 3 consecutive victories, which is the most that the program's also had since 2013. So a lot of progress that you guys are making. What do you see as the reasons behind this team has made that progress this year?
Just the guys, the work ethic that they put in the spring for us, starting off when it took over in January 26th, just everybody just putting in all that work, buying in. Obviously we lost some guys during that transition, but the guys that stayed, they're getting to reap the rewards because they just bought in completely to everything that we were doing and truly just going in and trying to get better each week, not being complacent. And I see that as the biggest thing. Like, we push them hard in practice and they just rise up to the occasion each week in practice, each day. Just working on 1 or 2 things to get better at, and then you see the transition on game day on Fridays.
Yep. Cool. So, coincidentally, that 2013 team I keep referencing, that was the last team that went to the playoffs.
Yeah, I see.
So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights from the game this past week. So starting off here with a sack from one of your linebackers, Colt Brown, here on the play.
Yeah, he filled in nicely on that. He's good with timing up those blitzes.
A little bit, you had some different players in the backfield this week.
Yeah, running back by committee usually, and then some guys got a chance because some guys didn't play this week.
Another sack by your defensive line there.
Yeah, Chad pays great on that play.
And here's what you talked about. The first score of the game came on special teams with Trey Bass returning the punt.
Yeah, Trey did a good job of just hitting it, but definitely kudos to the guys holding up the gunners on the outside. They don't get a lot of credit usually, but they're keeping those guys off of him. And he made a play once the ball was in his hands.
Here we go. Thomas Davidson opened it up here to Trayvon Phillips, who had a couple big catches on the night. Yeah,
he just keeps on getting better. Each week, just playing more and more football at the wide receiver position.
Here we go, 24. Where'd this kid come from?
Oh, Craig always been on the team. Obviously, he's been playing more defense, but made some plays on offense and just said, gave him a chance.
Yeah, got into the end zone quite a few times, which we'll see here. Here's Trayvon with another deep reception.
Yeah, he does a good job going up in traffic to go get the ball. Gives us a little bit different aspect.
And here's Tristan Prescott, one of your seniors, going in for a touchdown here.
Yeah, it was good for him, to get in the zone as an older guy, not getting a whole lot of touches.
So you caught him off guard here with the onside kick.
This is a credit to the assistant coaches. Coach Pep and a couple other coaches kept on saying that, one of their tackles was getting out of there early. Then we got the 15-yard penalty, so at worst, even if they recovered, we would have been on the 35. So perfect chance to take advantage of that.
We just saw Bossa go for a touchdown catch there, and here's Big Harold here with the reception.
Yeah.
Quite a few yards.
Joke with him about making somebody miss on that one.
And here's Craig again, taking advantage of his opportunity.
Yeah, he gives us a different dynamic at the running back position. He's real shifty and can make people miss. Some of our other running backs bigger, they don't really have that like in the repertoire, but with him being a shifty, smaller guy that you can't really see, definitely helps out.
Yeah, and he finished off the drive with a touchdown there. Stephen Taylor coming in, making a play there for you on defense?
Yeah, when he's reading and he's fast to the ball, he makes those type of plays.
All right, so here's your defense getting into the act. Couple guys had an opportunity, but it's eventually Evan Williams that comes up with the touchdown.
Yeah, little EJ, the little pit bull on our team, stole it from one of the teammates, I think.
And here he comes back on a few plays later with an INT.
Yeah, we talked about, with that slant, if you just sit in that window, it'll come right to him, and, he just listened and made a play.
And you guys went into the Wildcat late in the game, and here's Craig getting the direct snap and going in again.
Yeah, we had 3 running backs in this weekend. We actually said before that play ended that Caden was going to go in the next play to try to make sure that all 3 running backs got a touchdown. And Craig just kept his leg. We thought he was going to be down at the 3, as you see. He just kept his leg moving and spun out of the tackle and ended up scoring. So
yeah. So lots of new faces got some opportunities this week and were able to make an impact. So it was a kind of a total team victory. You got a lot of people into the mix.
Exactly. And, when you go up on a team, Halifax was very competitive, in the first half. And with us being able to go up later on, was able to get some of the young guys who don't necessarily get that many amount of touches or get that much playing time was able to play. So, it's always good when guys who normally don't get to play as much get out there and able to compete with them going so hard in practice to be able to compete on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know your mantra has been, since you got here, compete and finish.
Yep.
And you've done a real good job finishing games, being strong in the second half, but I heard you earlier talk about also how you're starting the game, right? Especially with a good team.
Right.
It's going to be difficult to come back. So what about getting off to a better start?
Even when we talk about what we changed up with the start of practice, speeding up the start of practice, doing some things differently to get the ball rolling ASAP, so we not in a deficit as far as a focus standpoint and guys not being lackadaisical. So this week hopefully it keeps on transpiring and transpires on game day. But it's just a focus standpoint, and that's just something that the coaches we got to stay on the players about, just coming out ready to play from the beginning.
Yeah. I think your secondary's turned into one of the strong units on the team. We talked about Evan Williams. You saw him make a few plays for us. Riley Nettles was the player of the week in the Daytona Quarterback Club a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Latrey Bass made a big play on special teams, but he's been key in the secondary. What is it about the secondary unit?
It's just a credit to the whole defense, like just working in unison. Like our front 6, they're responsible for the box, and then our back 5 is responsible for the pass. And what I tell them is, when you're winning and you're up on teams, you're going to get chances to make plays, whether you're in the D-line, you're going to get chances to make sacks because they're going to have to throw the ball in order to try to catch up. And DBs, now you get running teams that got to throw the ball, and if they're not apt to throwing the ball a lot, you put them in a compromising situation where you get a chance to make plays. So collectively as a unit, it's a chance to get out there and make plays. If you call it D-line, pinning your ears back to get after the quarterback, and when the ball's in the air, as far as DBs, it got to be your ball. So we do a lot of ball drills with DB, so there's no, you're a DB, you don't got to catch it. Like, no, we need to catch those INTs.
Yep. So speaking of the defense, they pitched a shutout this week. Let's take a look at the defensive package here and talk about your defense a little bit more.
This was a great play. Like I said, Coach did a good job of timing up the blitz. He had a couple offsides, but when he on sides, he makes some plays. So, that's definitely beneficial on that one. See the left side of the defense making things happen for us. BJ and Light coming off that edge. Chad is a little bit undersized, but has a great motor and able to make a lot of plays, track down a lot of guys when it comes to people trying to run away from him. On this one, I just spoke about Nettles coming up hard on the TFL, which is tough. That's a good job, but just stringing out the play on that one.
Evan Williams again, right?
Yeah. And that's the one we talk about Taylor. He saw that gap open up, and he just trusted his instincts and shot the play.
Yeah.
This one, they, bobbling the ball, everybody trying to get on it, everybody trying to get on the ball, get a defensive touchdown.
I know a couple of your linemen really wanted that opportunity.
Yeah. Tell them they got to hold the ball stronger, right?
Yeah.
And that's just a good job of EJ just understanding the route concepts, passing down, slant coming in behind him, and instead of just running out the lane, just sitting in that window and undercutting that pass. So.
Yeah, so you see all the defensive statistics there. Really good job. A couple of sacks, 7 tackles for loss. Turning the ball over, defensive touchdown. So really good effort by the defense.
Yeah, that's a great job. And the guys, they starting to take on that chip on their shoulders to work to be the best each week, as far as on the offense and defensive side.
Yep. So, all right, so this week upcoming, you got New Smyrna.
Yes.
Right? So already said, you guys are 4-2. New Smyrna is 4-2.
All right.
Collectively, you guys both have the best record in your district.
Right.
You guys are overall record. You guys are both undefeated in district at 1-0. So this is a big game.
Yeah, district game. Each game is a big game for us. That's our mindset. No game is bigger than the other, but we understand the outside aspect of it. Like I said, 4-2, both undefeated in district. District play is always in play for us, these type of games. A chance to continue that playoff berth, because we know whoever wins the district is automatically in for the playoffs. So in our next 3 games are all district games. So we're not worried about the next 3, we just worry about this one right here.
And what do you see as the keys to the game for you coming up against
Obviously, always want to win the turnover margin. That's, pretty much the only given stat in high school, college, and pros. You win a turnover margin, you're pretty much going to win the game. So defense, we got to take the ball away. Offense, we got to keep the ball and control the ball. Get off the field on 3rd down so they don't keep the clock moving, making sure that we get our stops and give our offense a chance to make plays, because we know with pretty much a lot of teams that we have left on the schedule, we have better athletes, so we just got to give them a chance to get the ball and make plays in space.
All right, Coach. Well, we wish you the best of luck upcoming against New Smyrna this weekend. So you heard it here, SANDCRABS, a big game that we got coming up. Definitely want to see the fans out there supporting the SANDCRABS on the road so they can come and get a key victory in the district, which will, kind of pave the way for ultimately where this team wants to get to at the end of the year. So that does it here for SANDCRAB Talk. We'll send it back to Angelina at the sports desk.
Well, that's it. Our record is now 4-2 with the road game this week. We'll see you next week after Game 7. Thanks for watching We Lit TV, and remember to bookmark, subscribe, and turn on push notifications for SBHS Broadcasting. I'm Angelina CRUZ saying, have a great day, SANDCRABS.